guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to my favourite video to film every single month. My TBR jar picks what I will be reading for February. We already know how this goes by now. I will be picking a number of TBR prompts from my TBR jar, and that is going to control what I'm going to be reading for the entirety of February. Before we do get into the video though, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Ana Luisa. I am such a huge fan of Ana Luisa. I have been wearing their pieces for upwards to 3 years now, and they are my favourite jewellery company ever. I wear them every single day, and I'm sure if you're not new around here, you have heard me scream and shout from the rooftops about them. But if you are new here and you have never heard me talk about Ana Luisa before and you don't know who they are a US based jewellery company whose pieces start at $39. They are incredibly affordable. All of their pieces are so beautiful. I have never had any of them break or tarnish. I've spoken about it in another video before, but I wore some of their bracelets for upwards to 2 years. Every single day. I have very recently switched them out to these two gorgeous gold pieces. I will have both of the names of these on the screen. I am absolutely obsessed with them, as well as all of their earrings and their necklaces. I also recently got a ring from them and I haven't taken it off since. What I love so much about Ana Luisa too is not only are all of their pieces so affordable and stunning, and they literally have something for everybody, but they are also 100% carbon neutral. I love that you can look good whilst also having the planet in mind, and I'm just obsessed with them, like, all round. Here are a few more of my favorite pieces from them. Like I said, I am absolutely in love with them. I am constantly switching out my necklaces, my earrings, my bracelets also recently. And they really do have something for everybody and everyone's personal style, and I also think they are such incredible gifts around this time of year for yourself or a loved one for Valentine's Day. And if you have spotted something that you absolutely love, or you want to take a browse of their website, I will leave it at the very top of my description, where you can currently get 25% off of your order. And yeah, thank you so much again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video, and let's get into the TBR jar. So I have my handy dandy little TBR jar. I think for this video and for February, I'm gonna pick maybe 10 prompts. In January, I have read so many books due to the excitement of having a new reading year. And there are so many books on my TBR that I am dying to get to. So I feel like 10 is a good average. So we're gonna pick 10 prompts and let's get started. So the first prompt is going to be, we'll go for this one. This is quite a big one. Oh my god, no. To be fair, last month the big ones really did work in my favor. So this one is an author I've always wanted to read. Okay, we definitely have so many on here that we could choose. Oh my god, this is a good one to start with. An author I've always wanted to read. We could definitely do Cassandra Clare's Swordcatcher, although I don't know if I'm ready to dedicate myself to the length of this book yet. I have always wanted to read a Cassandra Clare, so we could do that one. We also definitely have The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Ever since hearing such great things about Carissa Broadbent's fantasies last year, I have been dying to pick one of them up, especially this series. So I feel like we could go with this one. Is there any other one that we could go for? Oh my god, I guess we could definitely go for Proust. I really do want to get into my first Proust. I would love to say that I start reading it in February. I'm accepting that this is going to take me months and months to read. It is over 1,000 pages long. Will be the longest book I've ever read, but I feel like I'm going to love Proust and it's time, you know? This one is volume 1 of Remembrance of Things Past, so like I said, I've always wanted to read Proust. We could definitely do that, but that's dedication. So by that logic, I think I'm going to choose The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Oh my god, I've been wanting to read this for so long, I'm excited. Prompt 2, we're gonna go for this one. This one is tiny. Oh my god, it looks like I've never even opened this one before. A duology. I don't even know if any of these are duologies. First one that I think of is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, but I know that this is a series. It could be a duology. Let me look. Okay, so going online and going through Goodreads, I can only see 2 books obviously listed under this series. I know that there are only 2 published, so there might be even more. If I click on the last one, does it say it's the last book? Oh my god, it just doesn't say. So I guess we could maybe go with this, but I don't know if this is a duology or it's going to be a trilogy or just a longer series. So that is an option if there's nothing else. Oh, Feybound I know is the first book in a new series. Is that going to be a trilogy or... Yeah, an enchanting new trilogy. Definitely not a duology. I think that Modern Divination is a standalone, so I think the only one that we can go for is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Please let me know if you do know if this is a duology or a series. If you know how long this book series is going to be, please let me know, but because it's the only one that's only been listed as 2, as far as I can see anyway, we're going to have to go for this one. This one has been on my TBR for so long. I really wanted to read it last year and I just never got round to it, but I've seen so many people put it on their best books of 2023 videos, so now like the re-excitement to read this has really come back. Okay, we're really kicking it off with the fantasy, which is honestly what we love to see because I'm really getting into my fantasy era. And number 3 we'll go for, I've got a couple in my hand, another massive one that is already pretty much open, from a genre I don't normally read. God, the fantasy is really coming through this month. I honestly think that the genre I read the least from is definitely fantasy, so we'll have to go for another fantasy book. I'm not complaining. And the fantasy books on my TBR, as I said, we have Modern Divination, we have Feybound, we have The Hurricane Wars, which I've really been wanting to get to but keep putting off. I don't really know why. We have Iron Flame. I still haven't read it yet. And again, we have Swordcatcher, so we can do any of these. I'm leaning the most towards, dare I say it, Iron Flame, just because I really need to get to it. I want to know why so many people are saying it isn't as good as Fourth Wing, and obviously I've got it, so like, do I want to do this to myself? Yeah, we're gonna go for Iron Flame. I feel like I need to make the decision on the spot right now because I will put reading this book off till the day I die otherwise. I'm terrified to read this book. If you have read it, please let me know what you thought about it. If you agree that it's not as great as Fourth Wing or you just don't really think it was it, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna go for Iron Flame. Now on to the 4th prompt. We'll go with this one, and this one is Spooky Season. In February. Do you know what? I'm always up for a spooky season read. I'm always up for a spooky, gothic, silly time. Some spooky books on here. I did actually put a couple of thriller books or horror books, so I suppose we'll go for one of those. They're all kind of at the bottom, so I don't even know if you can see them, but we have Leech by Hiran Enns. This one I've been so intrigued by. I know it is a horror book to do with like parasites and bugs, and that terrifies me, but maybe I want to be scared. We also have Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead, another one that I've wanted to read for so long but I've heard kind of mixed things about, so we could go for this. Edenville by Sam Rebelline. This is another horror book. I really don't actually know too much about this one. Oh, but it's giving Secret Society on the back. We could definitely do that. We also have The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. This is a book that has been on my TBR since like 2018 and I still haven't gotten around to it, so I would really like to get to it soon. But Famous Last Words, I've said that for like 5 years in a row at this point, but I would like to hope that I will read this year. And I suppose we could also do Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I am leaning more towards this one just because I know it was nominated as one of the Goodreads like Choice Award nominees. And I have heard really good things about it. A lot of people who I have very similar reading taste to absolutely adore this, so I feel like when I do decide to get to it, I will probably love it. We do have quite the array that I could choose from for this, but I must say, I think I'm gonna go for Bright Young Women. Just because I've been wanting to read it so bad, I stare at my shelf and I'm like, you're gonna be my next read, and it never is. So I feel like if I have it on my TBR for February, I will most likely get to it. So we're gonna go for Bright Young Women. I've just kind of realized that not a single one of these books is probably under 300 pages. The 5th prompt is going to be this one, and this one is one word title. Okay, do we have any? Oh, we do. We have so many. Oh my god. Okay, I'm joyous. There's so many we can choose from. The first one I saw is Never by Jessa Hastings. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get that out because putting hardbacks on like the 2nd tier of a TBR cart, if you know, you know, scratches the edges so bad, so I'm not even going to attempt to get that out. We could do Never by Jessa Hastings, but I've heard really, I'm just going to say it, I've heard really bad things about it. I don't know if I still want to read it. I'm quite apprehensive, so we could go for that one, but I don't think I am. Again, actually, we could go for Edenville or Leech. We could do Feybound, or we could also do Butter by Izaku Yuzuki. I have spoken about this so many times already in 2024. It is on like my 24 books to read in 2024, my immediate TBR videos. I am so excited to read this book. This is a translated fiction coming out in February, actually, the 29th of February, so kind of perfect, where I believe we are basically set in this kitchen. It follows some chefs. That is all I know about it. I know that there is like a serial killer and it's going to probably be quite unhinged and quite feral. I knew I wanted to get to this this before it's released, and seeing as it is released at the end of February, it's the perfect opportunity. And again, another one that is incredibly long. So for the 6th prompt, we'll go for this one. Hopefully this will give us a short read. And this one is read the first book on Instagram. The last time that this came up in a TBR jar video, we got The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and I never ended up reading it. Okay, I'm gonna read the first book on Instagram. I'm gonna open up Instagram, I'll screen record it so you can see it here. So for this prompt, I just do it as I will scroll through Instagram, or maybe the first book that pops up on my Instagram as I open it. If I own it and I haven't read it, it doesn't have to be on the TBR cart. I have to read it in February. And I know I just said that I didn't read The Goldfinch, but you know, new year, new me. Okay, we are opening up Instagram. Oh my god, I can already see a book. Asa, the Girl Who Turned... I don't own that. The Prisoner's Throne, I don't own that. An Education in Malice, I don't own. I have read it though, I got the e-arc. An incredible book. Oh! Wandering Souls by Cecile Pinn. I've read that and I really like that. Okay. As you can see, my Instagram is either books or dogs. Girl, Woman, Other, I have read. A History of Fear, I don't have on my TBR. Okay, that's too many books, so we're just going to choose the one. I've read all of those. I don't have that on my TBR. I don't have that one. Oh my god, guys, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. Okay, we're going to have to refresh. That's too many. We need like one book that's on my TBR. A Rose by Any Other Name. I don't have on my TBR, but that cover's gorgeous. Guys, we're going to have to scroll again for the 3rd time. Refreshing. Wuthering Heights. I've obviously read Wuthering Heights. Prophet Song, I don't have on my TBR. I don't have that one. This is hard. Why am I not getting... I don't have Stoner. We're going to be here for literally half an hour until I find a book. Oh my god. This is not working. Honestly, I should feel pretty blessed that this isn't working. One final refresh. I've had to refresh this 5 times. The Art of Prophecy I don't have. Okay, I felt like the more I was refreshing, the less books I was getting. So instead of scrolling, because clearly this is not working, I'm going to go on like the Explore tab and see if any books on there I own. Okay, this is better. We have loads of book stacks. We need one. I don't own any of those that I haven't read. Just need one book. I'm taking that. I am taking that as we are reading the new Magnolia Parks book. Obviously it is not out yet, but I do have it pre-ordered and I do need to read the next Daisy Hates book before getting to this. I'm taking that as my sign. We'll be reading the new Magnolia Parks book. I'm so scared to read this book. I literally finished Magnolia Parks The Great Undoing last night. When I tell you I sobbed like a little... I do have my reaction to the ending and that entire book, to be honest, in a reading vlog coming this week. And I can't after that ending. Like, I don't know if I even want this book. I don't want to read this book. It's gonna break me apart. But yeah, we're gonna go with the 6th prompt is the new Magnolia Parks book, Into the Dark. I don't know whether I'm excited or too scared. I can't. Okay, so after that long round, we have the 7th prompt, which we are gonna go for this one. This one is a big one, and this one is, oh my god, a long one. A book. I know exactly which one it is. A book with a character who has the same name as somebody I know. This kills me every time. If you're not new here and you have watched even like my January, my TBR jar picks what I read for January video, I pick out this prompt every single time, and every single time I do, I pick out the same book series. I don't even need to tell you what it is. Daisy Hates The Great Undoing by Jessa Hastings. Every single time without fail that I pick out this prompt, I end up reading one of the Magnolia Parks books. That is what happened in January. And that is what's happening again in February. Sorry, I don't make the rules. It decided it for me. That was perfect. I'm going to be reading this and then the next Magnolia Parks book right after. Honestly, I know it's kind of cheating at this point, but I need to read this book, especially after finishing The Great Undoing yesterday, and now February I need to read the new one. I obviously need to catch up with this one first. And as I said, I'm scared reading the rest of this series. When I was reading The Long Way Home, the entire time I was like, oh my god, every time Daisy or like Christian or Julian, every time they were mentioned in The Long Way Home, I was like, I know this is going to be in The Great Undoing and it's going to hurt, and I'm so excited to see it. So this one, without a doubt, Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. I love this series so much. So for the 8th prompt, we are gonna go for this one. And this one doesn't even look like I've ever even opened it. This one includes a mystery. I've never opened that in any of these videos. So a book that includes a mystery. That is incredibly broad. I'm okay with that. A book that includes a mystery. Does modern divination, because I really want to read this so bad. I suppose I could bend that into fitting this, but I kind of want one that is like explicitly a mystery. Maybe Feybound. This is another one that I really want to read. I mean, again, I could kind of bend that, but that's not really what I want. I feel like then maybe going for a thriller or a horror book is going to be the easiest way. Okay, when a skull is found deep in the swamp, a hunt for the lone man begins. Suspicion turns to Everett, unearths the town's secrets, determined to discover the truth. But as the line between good and evil grows thin, how far will Ruth go to save the person she loves most? That definitely sounds like a mystery. Okay, I feel like without bending the rules too much, this is going to be the perfect pick. So for a book that includes a mystery, we'll go for Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. I'm so intrigued to read this. I've had really good things, but also quite mixed things. I was not a huge fan of In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, so I'm hoping I like this one a little bit more than that. And on to the last 2 prompts. The 9th one, we'll go for this one. Oh wait, there's 2. Okay, we'll go for that one there. And this one is a book I'm scared to read. Oh no. A book I'm scared to read. Okay. Proust. I'm f***ing terrified to read. Cassandra Clare. I'm kind of scared to read. Never. I'm scared to read, because I feel like I'm probably not gonna like it based off of the reviews, but I'm hoping that's not the case. Shirley Jackson The Sundial, I'm quite scared to read because my girl knows how to write gothic so well. No, I'm gonna be honest with myself. The one I'm most scared to read is Proust. So I suppose we'll go with Proust. I'll start it in February. I'm not promising to finish it in February. That would be a task. I'm so scared. I feel like I'm gonna love it. If you have read any Proust, please send me some words of advice, some words of encouragement. I think I'm gonna need it. I'm really hoping that I love it and it's just gonna fly by for me and I'm just gonna be obsessed. Oh, and would you look at that? Another one that is definitely over 400 pages. I'm literally not going to be doing anything else in February other than reading, and I should be quite happy about that. And the last prompt, the 10th prompt of this video is gonna be, let's go for this one, and this one is matching the current season. So like Valentine's Day? That's cute. That's a really good one to end on. So like a romance. For romances, we have Bryn and Sebastian Hate Each Other. We have Consider Me by Becca Mack. And we also have The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Marina Zapata. Honestly, as much as I really do want to read The Wall of Winnipeg and Me because I love Marina Zapata so much, I am leaning more towards Bryn and Sebastian Hate Each Other by Bethany Turner. Just because this cover is giving such Valentine's Day vibes more so than any of these. Like, I know this one has pink, but that one I kind of love. So honestly, based off of that, I'm gonna go for Bryn and Sebastian Hate Each Other. I haven't heard anyone talk about this, so I'm so intrigued to see what it's about, to see if I like it. All I think I know is that it is enemies to lovers with like maybe like a colleague situation, like rival colleagues. I love that trope. So yeah, that is the last book for my February TBR. Let's try and get these down without actually breaking a bone. This is my February TBR, picked by me by my TBR prompt jar. Not a short book in sight. Even carrying this is so heavy. But I am so excited for all of these. If you have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought about them, whether you think I will love them or hate them, which one you think I should get to first. Also, feel free to let me know what's on your February TBR, if there's any romances for Valentine's Day or a book that like you know you need to get to. Or if you just want to show you stayed until the very end but you don't really know what to comment any like heart emoji, any Valentine's Day emoji. As always, if you are not yet subscribed and you did enjoy this video, it would mean so much if you considered doing so. We have a lot of fun over here and I would absolutely love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out Anna Louisa's beautiful pieces at the very top of my description. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching and for spending some time with me, and I will see you again very soon with another video.